Well, good morning and welcome to the Bald Eagle State Forest here in the mountains of central Pennsylvania. Today I am on a mission to document a location that appears on maps as the Goose Neck. It's the Buffalo Creek Gorge. It's a rugged, rock-filled canyon here on the eastern end of the Bald Eagle State Forest. Currently on the Frederick Trail. It's the only trail in this area. It will lead us down to Buffalo Creek. From there, we will be bushwhacking through the canyon and attempting to document this place that's never been documented before on film. Now, I first heard about this location in reading a blog by noted author and Pennsylvania explorer Jeff Mitchell. Jeff created a rough map of the canyon that I'll be attempting to follow, and it's a beautiful chilly morning here in December, and this is going to be quite a challenge. I've been studying topographical maps and preparing myself for this hike for some time, so it should be a great adventure, guys. Thanks for joining me. Let's keep moving. One of my stated missions of the channel here is not only to show you some of the more popular and well-known locations throughout the state, but also these lesser-known hidden gems. And I would have to say this is not the kind of trail I would recommend you to come out to if you're an amateur, a beginner, or taking the kids or something like that. This is for more of an experienced hiker. As I said, much of this hike will be off trail. We have made it to the Buffalo Creek. Now, I am currently on the north side of the creek, and we were heading east. Our first destination will be an overlook known as Weathertop. But as you can see, again, there is no trail. The going is rough. Got to go very slow. Take your time. I've made my way to the south side of Buffalo Creek because there appears to be just the faintest of walking paths here. Maybe it could be a game trail along the creek here. So the going was very slow on the other side. I'm going to try this side. Even in a location such as the one we're in, as far off the beaten path as we are, you can find signs of human presence, like this wrapper that appears to be a Milky Way candy bar wrapper. Soon we will be reaching the geographical formation known as the Goose Neck, where the valley, where the canyon here makes a sharp hook, like a question mark. But At that point, we're gonna have to get on back on the other side and begin our ascent to Weathertop, if we can find it. We have made it out of the brush line and onto a talus slope, a huge field of ancient rocks that are spilling down the hillside here. And I'm not a geologist, so I'm not exactly sure what phenomenon causes these rock fields. They may be weathering, remnants of glaciers, or both. I gotta take extreme caution here. Some of these rocks are loose and wobbly. Made it to the top of the weathering knob, and you can see the amazing view behind me. The gooseneck curve of the Buffalo Creek Gorge is over that way, and we should be getting an extensive view to the east when I crest over the hillside just above here. Someone or somebody has built a ornate rock structure up here, indicating that we have reached the summit and the point known as Weathertop. This is awesome. Isn't it amazing to know that there are still these wild and beautiful places in Pennsylvania, difficult to access, but not impossible. And the view down the canyon to the lowlands below is utterly fantastic. What a beautiful spot. Thank you so much for joining me on this amazing adventure. Nature, adventure, discovery. quite an amazing location up there at the Vista Point. But I am now making my way into the canyon and moving very slowly through these rocks. So there's two reasons why I wanted to do this hike in the colder months of the year. One is for the better visibility, knowing that there's no trail, and to get rid of all the vegetation on the ground. And the second reason is because this is probably a very snake infested area, and I know the snakes have burrowed into the rocks for the winter. But the going here is treacherous. I can see why very few have ever attempted this hike. Wow. I can hear the Buffalo Creek below and nothing else. No birds, certainly no signs of humanity. This gorge, the Buffalo Creek Gorge here, only runs for a short distance before it opens up into the valley to the east, the farms and towns to the east. But my goal is to make it to a second viewpoint known as the Two Towers on the other side of the canyon. And that's the goal, but the going here is rough. So we'll see how far we get. We have these sections of greenery, ferns and very green, vibrant, different mosses and lichens covering the rocks in these sections that are shaded by some of the hemlock trees here. But I definitely would not want to be coming through here in the summertime. All right, my friends, I'm continuing to make my way east through the canyon here, but the going here is becoming dangerous. I've fallen twice. I have no one with me. I'm going to try to make it down to the creek and see if I can pick up that faint path, if it still exists this far down. Otherwise, I think I'm gonna have to turn back. This is just becoming too dangerous. Perhaps I will come back another time with someone to work with me here. But yeah, there's leaves here between the rocks that are creating these false holes, and yeah, it's just getting bad. One more thing that I need to be aware of is the time. As we are in early December, we're at the shortest daylight hours of the year. So it's only 10:30 and I'm not worried about the sun going down. But coming into the shadows of the depth of the valley here is a good reminder that sunset is at 4:40. So by 3:30, 4 o'clock, it's going to start getting dark in here. So I want to be turned around and headed in the right direction by 2 o'clock at the latest. This is wild out here though. This is like nothing else I've ever done. We've reached the Buffalo Creek again, and it's level here, if nothing else. It's dark. The creek is beautiful, but it's so dark down here. I don't know how much sunlight ever makes it down here. But I'll continue on a little further now that the going here is a bit easier. Those rocks were just too dangerous to continue traversing. Well, I tried making my way along the Buffalo Creek there, which was very scenic, but I ran into a dead end there also because the rhododendron thickets made navigation impossible. Back to the rocks. Whew. One thing I've found interesting about the boulder fields here is that the larger rocks are much easier to traverse than the smaller ones. And it seems that these fields alternate between larger and smaller. This is quite a workout. I keep telling myself that I should probably stop and turn around, but something, see? I keep telling myself I should stop and turn around, but something keeps propelling me forward. It's something I crave in my life. It's an adventure. I have a pretty boring regular life, pretty tedious life, and these kinds of adventures are what really get me excited. From this vantage point, I can see Weathertop and I can see two towers. So the terrain here is just unbelievably challenging and dangerous. The going is slow. I'm now back down in the lowlands, the thick hemlock and rhododendron lined Buffalo Creek. Now, according to Jeff Mitchell's route that I'm attempting to follow, he crosses the creek somewhere around this point. I've been pushing it, and I'm going to finally say I'm not going to go any further. Two Towers is up on the other side of the hill, not that far, and I imagine the view looking out to the valley is spectacular. But it's already 1 o'clock, which means I've been on the trail for 5 hours. So I need to allow myself several hours to get back to where I started. And I could get across that creek, but I'd have to get my feet wet and slippery rocks deep in the middle of nowhere valley. I'm just gonna let it go. And there's always next time, but it's time to head back. It's now that time for me to say goodbye, and thank you for joining me once again for some nature, a true adventure, and discovery here from the Gooseneck, the Buffalo Creek Gorge, here in the Bald Eagle State Forest of central Pennsylvania. One of the most unique views I've ever seen, looking out through this canyon and into the distance beyond. It goes for miles. This was an incredibly challenging hike, and although I did not quite accomplish the goal I had originally set out to accomplish, we did do an exploration of the canyon. I am going to be showing you this place that's never been filmed at before, and this place it's special, but it's rough. It's very difficult terrain, very dangerous terrain. I can't emphasize that enough, and it actually got the best of me. I'm glad I turned around when I did, because I am exhausted, and I still got a little bit of a ways to go, but yeah, this was something else. So this was something I've crossed off the list, and maybe I'll stick to the trails for a little while, because this bushwhacking thing was it was rough. Thank you once again. If you liked the video, please give it a like. If you have any comments or questions, let me know down below. I'll be sure to get back to you as soon as I can. I appreciate you. Until next time, I'll see you on the trail. Gator out.